Lauren Graham, who was a favorite as Lorelai Gilmore on Gilmore Girls, made news recently when she shared an interesting fact regarding upfront payments on streaming services. In her recent guest appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live on March 19th, she openly stated that even though Gilmore Girls had seen a huge popularity boost on Netflix, its cast members have gained little in the way of monetary benefits. There actually aren't residuals on Netflix, Graham revealed, shocking both Jimmy Kimmel and the viewers. Seriously? Kimmel replied, incredulous. Yes, sorry, she said playfully, adding, but I've been compensated in love. Residuals, recurring payments to writers, actors, and directors when a show gets re-aired or released on other platforms, have been an essential source of income for actors for a very long time. Historically, actors on television used to get residuals whenever their show was syndicated, rebroadcast on cable networks, or released on DVD. But the advent of streaming platforms such as Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus has altered the payment system quite drastically, usually to the disadvantage of the content creators. Originally broadcast on the WB, now the CW, between 2000 and 2007, Gilmore Girls was a cult hit loved for its banter, emotional drama, and the affectionate relationship between Lorelai, Lauren Graham, and her daughter, Rory, Alexis Bledel. But it wasn't until Netflix picked up the streaming rights that the show gained a new international following. Old and new fans alike swarmed to the series, making it one of Netflix's top-performing nostalgia programs. Even Netflix created a 4-part mini-series in 2016 called Gilmore Girls, A Year in the Life, which brought back most of the original cast. With its new popularity, it was generally expected that the actors would be reasonably rewarded for the popularity of the show, but Graham's announcement indicates otherwise. We've definitely reached more people than we were reaching on the WB, she said. Like, how many times are you hearing about it? Kimmel inquired. Often, Graham replied. I'm hearing about it often, and now it's filtered down to the young ones, the old ones, the men whose children or wives likely made them see it. I get stopped all the time. It amazes me every time. Graham's remarks call attention to a larger issue within the entertainment industry: how streaming services pay actors and creative artists. The residual discussion was one of the main points of both the Writers Guild of America, WGA, and Screen Actors Guild, SAG-AFTRA, strikes of 2023. For years, writers and actors depended on residuals paid from network TV reruns and DVD sales to supplement their earnings between jobs. But in the era of streaming, those residuals have dissipated. Mostly, actors, particularly those featured in currently trendy vintage shows, have complained of earning infinitesimal residuals, even as little as a few dollars per episode, while their show's episodes are viewed by millions of people. During the 2023 strikes, both unions battled for improved transparency and equitable payment regarding streaming residuals. One of the greatest concerns was that streaming platforms don't reveal how many viewers watch their content, so it's hard for writers and actors to make a case for fair compensation based on how well a show is doing. Although some advancement has been seen in negotiations with streaming platforms, most actors, such as Graham, still feel the repercussions of old residual models. Gilmore Girls is a prime example of a show that far outstripped its original popularity during the streaming era, yet the original cast gets little financial gain from its current popularity. Several industry insiders have demanded new contracts that better reflect how audiences can consume media today. Some actors have even taken to social media to share screenshots of residual checks showing laughably small amounts, fueling public outcry for change. In spite of all these frustrations, Graham is thankful for the fans' continued affection. At the end of the day, I feel blessed to have worked on a show that people still love, she said. I just wish we could work out a way to ensure that the people behind these stories get treated fairly. As Hollywood continues to evolve into a digital-first era, the battle for equitable streaming pay is ongoing. The 2023 strikes drew necessary attention to the cause, resulting in some changes in contracts, but there is still work to be done. With more and more actors standing up and fans becoming more educated on how their beloved shows are being monetized, there is optimism that upcoming deals will be more reflective of the worth of content creators. In the meantime, performers such as Lauren Graham will keep counting on love and admiration from audiences instead of paychecks from streaming behemoths. Until then, Gilmore Girls remains strong on Netflix, welcoming new generations to the wisecracking, coffee-guzzling Lorelai and Rory. But what happens as the business changes remains to be seen. Will Hollywood learn to treat its talent right in the era of streaming?